Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be demonstrating how to create your prototype sketches for your video game design challenge. Here's a non-example. Do not do this. Do not create an existing video game character. You want to create an original character. So when you're drawing your character, use light quick marks, draw soft with multiple lines, then go over again with a dark heavier line to create details. Also consider adding notes and lines pointing to the different features of your character. Although you're supposed to draw 3 different characters, if you're really set on one and want to do individual details of that character, like a headshot or a close-up, you certainly can do that. When you're drawing your environment, use a lot of soft, light marks to fill your page. Once you have everything filled in lightly, then go back with darker, heavier lines that are more crisp and bold. You can certainly add shading or value as necessary. Here's another example of environment that's more of a traditional side-scrolling video game where it's set with a lower perspective to the ground, but it's essentially the same environment. Here's an example of a power-up. This again adds instant benefit to your character. Here's an example of an item that can be used later on. Maybe it's saved in an inventory screen for health or some other benefit later on. Instead of doing one of each, you could just do 2 items or 2 power-ups. You just need a total of 2. So when you're doing your sketches for your gameplay screen, please include your character, environment, items, power-ups, as well as those different details that I talked about previously. This sketch is an example of a third-person perspective for a video game where you can see the back of your character and their direction of view. This next sketch is a side-scrolling example. It still has the same character, environment, power-ups, items, as well as gameplay elements. It just happens to be from the side-scrolling perspective. This next example is more of an overhead or top view shot. So you can still see your character and all the environment, but it's more from an overhead perspective. Again, with all the same elements of the gameplay screen. The fourth and final example is a first-person perspective. It's basically you looking through the viewpoint and eyes of the character. So all you can see is what you're holding in front of you. In this example, it's the sword. So for all these sketches, make sure you're using light, soft marks first, and then go back with a darker, heavier, bold line for crisp, clean details.